I like the title Dry Day, especially in December where no one is going dry.
Neither are we.
But Saurabh, ये एक बात बताओ, 11 साल क्यों लग गए? And for me, whenever I meet you, you are like immortalized in my memory as Kallu Mama and Satya. Wo I don't think will ever be shaken off.
Okay, thank you. Take that. It's been a long time, and I am very happy that I am in your memory from last 25 years. जी, आपने 11 साल का क्या पूछा, वो जरा दोबारा
11
पूछिए।
साल बाद डायरेक्शन क्यों कुछ एक्टर इन जैसे अच्छे मिल नहीं रहे थे, स्टोरी नहीं मिल रही थी, बात क्या हुई?
वही रीजन होगा।
ये बात भी सही है, और ये बात भी सही है कि भाई क्या प्रॉब्लम है, मुझे भी इनसे कंपटीशन करने दो ना। मैं एक्टिंग कर रहा था 11 साल, तो कर रहा था इनसे कंपटीशन, यही कर रहा था और क्या। हाँ,
But
so
yeah, taking the director's chair after 11 years, like, and especially the story.
yeah, so I mean, it's not nobody decides कि आप 11 साल बाद आएंगे या 12 साल बाद या 4 साल बाद या 6 महीने बाद. That is not the point. Like Madhu will tell you about this, that she signed me in 2017 for this film. It has done its journey for so many years, and we have been trying. क्या होता है, बाहर से जब लोग देखते हैं तो लोगों को लगता है यार कहानी तो लिख ली, आप पिक्चर क्यों नहीं बना लेते हैं. But the complexity of the system of making films is it's so complicated. वो एक बड़ी अच्छी एक सिमली दी थी उसने, देव पटेल ने, जिसने ऐसा स्लम डॉग में काम किया था, तो देव ने मुझे बताया था, recently he was making his film, so he said that filmmaking is like a house party, that you bring some people to the kitchen and say, stay, we are going to start the party, and there is a doorbell, and you go to open the door, some more people come in, but by then the people in the kitchen are gone somewhere else, so it is like that, it's brick by brick. So, but I'm happy that finally I got to make the film I wanted to make. I got the actors, I got a production house which supported me, and I got a platform. That's it.
So now coming to your actors, before I go to Madhu, Shriya and Jitu, they say OTT was actually made for the two of you, and you two were made for the OTT space. What will you say?
हाँ, आई थिंक बिल्कुल सही बात है, और ऐसा कभी सोचा नहीं था कि ओटीटी इस लेवल पे पहुंच जाएगा जहाँ पे तुम इस तरह की कहानियां बोलोगे, एंड खासकर लाइक ड्राई डे जैसी स्टोरी विच इज ऑथेंटिक एंड रूटेड एंड आल्सो रिलेटेबल कंटेंट, also very commercial, and like it has that commercial tinge also. So it is a blessing कि OTT आज है और वहां पे हम लोग अपनी स्टोरीज बोल पा रहे हैं, जिस तरह की स्टोरीज हम कहना चाहते हैं हमेशा से, एंड इट गिव्स वेरी बिग प्लेटफॉर्म टू एनी काइंड ऑफ आर्टिस्ट. सो एंड आई थिंक हम लोग पहले हैं जिन्होंने यूट्यूब पे एंटरटेनमेंट कंटेंट बनाना शुरू किया था. सो आई फील ग्लैड कि फाइनली वो प्लेटफॉर्म्स आए जहां पे हम बड़े स्टोरीज और लाइक लॉन्ग फॉर्मेट स्टोरीज बता पा रहे हैं, एंड इट्स अ ब्लेसिंग.
And Shriya, it's amazing because I think 3 साल हो गए आप और मैं ऐसे मिल रहे हैं, no complaints at all. But also I'm liking the kind of characters you are playing. You have not contained yourself, which maybe would have been a theatrical thing, you would have thought twice. But as I said, OTT was made for you and you were made for OTT. And are you, as an actor, feeling liberated because you're getting to sink your teeth into a platter? Just the kitchen ka inhone bola. It's like a buffet.
No, absolutely. I think of course, I owe my career to OTT. But what's interesting is that, having said that, I would still not like to ever be labeled as OTT actor, because for me, I'm an actor who also wants to do theatrical, who wants to build that equity to, do many more films theatrically, also to do theater. So I feel like when the streaming platforms came to India, initially they were looked on as a second to films. A lot of actors felt ki, we were not sure we want to do it. But today those same actors are pouring in and doing
digital debut kar raha hai apni.
Doing work here. But the thing is ki the joy of OTT is that it's a writer's medium. You know, writers are finally getting their due. जहाँ पे वो कहानी उभर के आ रही है, as opposed to just looking at a film or a series from a hero-heroine point of view. In OTT, everyone's a character. I would say, even though there are some principal characters, but everyone is actually a character. We're serving the script. And yes, I feel like OTT actually helped my film career, is helping my film career, and for some people it's been vice versa. So yes, I'm very, very grateful. And I think at the end of the day, as an actor, I just want to be able to do versatile different things. And the reason why there are more opportunities here is because you just get that much time to play that graph out. आपको वो उतना मीट मिलता है. Now, even if it's a film like Dry Day, I'm sure if the agenda was to go completely theatrical, there are so many permutation combinations, people's point of views when you talk about theatrical, right? But I would say our film is no less. So today, hopefully, people have stopped looking at OTT as one step lower than theatrical, you know?
I mean, I would say it's at par, if not.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Because catch me going into a theater unless it deserves it. I'm very comfortable watching it here. But
Yeah.
have you read the amazing, comments that have come in, which I'll tell the actors also, it's about them. People are really enjoying this narrative because, and especially I've read the comments have come from people from small towns, not the tier 1, it's the tier 2 and tier 3, because they feel it resonates with, the situation that, but how come 2017, 2020, 7 or 8?
So, Pooja, firstly, thank you for giving us this platform. It's always wonderful to chat with you. I'd like to believe that every film has its destiny.
Ji.
And when your time comes, nothing can stop you. But till the stars don't align, and I mean literally, this, things don't move, right? But suffice to say that, in 2017, I mean, Saurabh is a friend to MA, Saurabh is a friend to me, he's a friend to Nikhil, to Monisha. We have a very, very special bond with him. And so when he brought this script to us, we grabbed it with both hands. And this was way back in 2017. And I think it takes a village, right? I mean, a film is not made in a vacuum. And so it has gone through its journey. We deliberated whether we should go theatrical. Then, the pandemic hit, and everybody was sort of, figuring out what to do with it. Fortunately for us, Amazon came on to the journey with us. And the minute that happened, I think it sort of powered us, to bring the script to another level. And then, of course, we had the wonderful actors come on board, Jitu, Shriya, who are pretty much the face of the film, right? I mean, we can do everything we can to power it in like I'd like to call it, the back office. But it's ultimately the front office that brings the viewers. They make it compelling for them to come and join this journey and take it to its fruition. So really, that's pretty much the story there for you, Pooja. But it's been a wonderful, wonderful ride, despite everything.
And I first saw the trailer and I was cracking up, and then I went through the comments.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting. And coming to Jitu and to Shreya both, एक तो आप गून प्ले कर रहे हो. मैंने आपकी शुरुआत देखी थी वो पंचायत से सीधा वो अध्यक्ष जो आकर सब कुछ सॉर्ट का. How was that to change from a so-called law ka on the side and to be on the other side? Though he's not exactly on the other side, I would say. But it was something interesting. I've not seen you play the local goon, lukha जिसको कहते हैं.
हाँ, मतलब ये काफी डिफरेंट है, बट लाइक ऑलवेज, मतलब मैंने जितने भी कैरेक्टर्स प्ले किए हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं थोड़े गलत सही तो थे. तो वो हमेशा रहा है कैरेक्टर्स के साथ, तो और वो ही प्ले करने में मजा आता है. बट हाँ, मतलब ये उस तरह का कैरेक्टर है जो थोड़ा सा आई थिंक एक्सट्रोवर्ट ज्यादा है, ऑन द फेस ज्यादा है. एंड ये वैसा कैरेक्टर है जो जहां से मैं आता हूँ वहां मैंने बहुत सारे ऐसे कैरेक्टर्स देखे हैं. ठीक है, रोज रोज कहीं किसी घर में रोज रात को ऐसा तमाशा ऐसे कैरेक्टर्स कर रहे होते हैं और वो अपनी फैमिली को या औरतों को जनरली परेशानी होती है उन चीजों से। सो मैं जब भी घर जाता था तो लोग मेरे घर वाले मुझे बोलते थे यार इन पे कुछ बनाना, ये क्या चल रहा है, ठीक है। तो आई थिंक जब मैंने ये स्टोरी सुनी तो ये कैरेक्टर मुझे वैसा लगा, एंड वो ही एक वो ऐसी चीज थी जो जिसने मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्टेड किया इन द स्क्रिप्ट। तो आई लव प्लेइंग गन्नू, एंड आई थिंक इट इज वेरी क्लोज टू माय हार्ट दिस कैरेक्टर।
ऐसा तो नहीं है कोई अपने नेबर को आपने उसको दिमाग वो अभी वो देख के बता रहे भाई ये तो मैं हूँ?
ये तो बोल ही रहे, तो आई थिंक जो मेरे पापा ने फिल्म देखी, उनका एक लाइन में यही है कि ये समाज का सत्य है जो तुमने दिखाया है। तो आई थिंक दैट वाज द बिगेस्ट कॉम्प्लीमेंट कि उनको वो फिल्म पसंद आई और उनको उनका है कि हाँ ऐसे कैरेक्टर्स देखे। सो आई थिंक आई एम सक्सेसफुल इन टू प्ले दिस कैरेक्टर।
I'm waiting for your neighbors to now get in touch with you. ना अरे इसने तो हमको ले लिया. But Shreya, it's so nice to see you. You know, she's got a nice comical avatar and she's also like no filter. She's no filter. So when she came to you on paper, how was it fun translating her on screen? Because मैंने
Oh,
पिछले
it
आपको
was
देखा था very intense थे.
exactly. So, in fact, I'm glad you pointed that out because it was a conscious decision for me also to look at parts which are just going to imagine me in a different way. I like that quirk, a bit of comedy. I like that I was going to get to dance in this. Because iske pehle with Guilty Minds, Broken News, they were urban stories, you know, one based in law, one's based in the world of news reporting. तो मुझे चाहिए था, एक कहानी जिसमें मैं कुछ I think मजेदार कर सकूं. So when Nirmala came my way, I also really liked the fact that the language was going to be a little different. And knowing that Saurabh sir is the director, you know, is the first time actually जहाँ पे मैंने वो पूरा director पे छोड़ दिया था. नहीं सर आप बताओ, मुझे नहीं सोचना है, आप बताओ. So when he knew the world so closely that we felt relaxed as actors, because another reason is that he's also written the script, he's written the story. Sometimes, you know, when directors are directing, there's always some conflict with the writing that you tend to figure as, you know, the process happens. But here we were rest assured that wouldn't. But I really enjoyed Nirmala. I feel like it's always a nice thing when you keep breaking the pattern of your own work.
Absolutely.
Because as actors क्या होता है, आप एक righteous character play करें, immediately अगले दिन कुछ एक righteous script sex worker करें, अगले 2 महीने तक वही आ रहा है. So it is a little unnerving because you feel like, now how do I break this, right? So yeah, so let's see what kind of work is coming after this. Hopefully more songs. I don't want to dance on screen now, bas.
I know. वो जितेंद्र ने अपनी भी पूरी कर दी थी. He also wanted to do a song and that's that he also had got. So this is fun. So Saurabh, आप बताओ, you and me come from that same generation where, you know, theater था, VHS हुआ, फिर, you know, the TV, and now we have, everything has changed. The narratives have changed. The star has changed. There's no more a star, I would say. What do you make of it? Do you actually, I mean, what do you really make of this scenario? Do you think it's more challenging and more thriving? And even for you, I mean, आप 11 साल बाद आए हो direct करने.
So you're talking in terms of the platform OTT.
The platform, it's now the kind of stories available, you know, and because you have, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that there are two parts to it. That one is that there were always stories and there were always storytellers. But the thing is that every platform, पहले जो फिल्मों का प्लेटफॉर्म होता था हमारा, उसके अपने एक सेट रूल्स हो चुके थे, उसकी अपनी एक मार्केट थी, उसका अपना एक एनालिसिस था, which is quite valid. और उसमें सारी कहानियां या सारी चीजें जो है एक्सेप्ट नहीं हो पा रही थी. But there is a big audience. I mean, we are like what, 140 crore people there. So there is room for everyone. जब ये OTT platform आया है, which I think is very beautiful. It's really beautiful, not only in terms of cinema, but also in terms of long format. It is great for actors. It is great for writers. It is great for filmmakers. Because it follows the ethics, the very ethics of cinema. The cinematic experience, what you go through, is present in OTT. So that is that. One quick anecdote I'll tell you. So I came to Mumbai in 1993, and me, Tigmanshu Dulia, and Vijay Krishna Acharya, जिसको विक्टर कहते हैं हम लोग, and there is Kanan Iyer. हम लोग 4 लोग जो थे, we also used to write. I was an actor and also used to write. So हम लोग अपनी कहानियां लेके जाते थे प्रोड्यूसर्स के पास in 93, 94. तो मुझे याद है कि हम लोग थिएटर वेटर से आए थे, तो हम लोग जाके कहते थे कि सर दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली एन ओरिजिनल वर्क. एंड द सेकंड थिंग दैट वी वर आउट ऑफ द ऑफिस इमीडिएटली, बिकॉज प्रोड्यूसर का कहना था कि यार जब बनी बनाई पिक्चर कहीं हिट हुई पड़ी है तो उसको उठा के कॉपी करो ना, अपना ओरिजिनल ला के हम पे एक्सपेरिमेंट क्यों कर रहे हो. दैट वाज 93, 94, 95 आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. एंड देन द सेम गाइज आर स्टिल देयर. And I met one of them, I think in 2007 or 2008. And he said कि बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है सर, मैं पिक्चर सोच रहा हूँ. सौरभ जी कोई पिक्चर लेके आइए ना अपनी जैसी ओरिजिनल. So now, see, it's a very welcoming change. Absolutely. It's great to hear people saying that. It's very warming. So I'm very happy, and I would like to believe that we are not going down the drain in terms of the world. I think there is a lot to explore. Just keep exploring and don't deny things. So great OTT is there, and great cinema will always be there, and great television will be there, and great theater will be there.
Absolutely. But it's an interesting question, yeah, Shreya and Jitu, that's come, and which any one of you can take. This is on, if you see the trailer of your movie, it's there in the comments, that firstly, your acting and your accent has been praised. And there are 5-6 people who have again said that, why are talented actors like these not part of big budget films? And this is
very good question. I love this question.
इसका आंसर मधु करेंगे.
ये बहुत अच्छी बात है कि सब क्वेश्चंस प्रोड्यूसर के पल्ले बांध दो.
एब्सोल्युटली, क्योंकि बजट तो आप लोग देखते हो.
मेरे ख्याल से ये क्वेश्चन हमें Amazon को पूछना चाहिए.
अरे वो तो कर ही रहे हैं, सबको ला ही रहे हैं. But this is a general question.
But yeah, so that's it's a good question. I think there's talent everywhere. The romanticism around the big screen experience. Everybody is motivated by that. Everybody aspires to that. I think it has its own set of economics, right? Whether you are creating content. I mean, today we are creating content for the phone. We are making reels on Instagram. So we are all content creators, right? So I think that there are economics associated with every piece of content that gets created, because at the end of the day, there is a commerce around it, right? And so when you look at the large screen, I think that it's driven by a different sense of economics. And we've seen that the theatrical business itself has gone through a massive upheaval. Right. And everybody had almost written its epitaph till we've made a roaring comeback this year. And now, like Saurabh said, it's all about trends. So everybody now wants to make the next big action film and come back with the more gore and more VFX and all of that. So I think it's all about cycles. But what is heartening is to say that there is now room for actors. Because I think that, like you said, that it used to be about the larger than life stars that you would pay or buy a ticket to go and see on the big screen. Today, you're able to see people who give you the boy next door or the girl next door type of feel. And we have them on this screen right now. When you look at Jitu and Shreya, wonderful talent, great actors, right? And so today, with the OTT sort of boom that has been there, I think it has opened up a wonderful opportunity. There are economics associated with that as well. And I think that it's a question of discovery, right? Because as your fan base increases, it's like an influencer, right? Today, somebody makes a viral video, gets his 15 minutes of fame, 500 followers से आप 1 million followers हो जाते हो, and suddenly your market size changes and you have brands rushing to you, right? So I think it's a point. It's just about that. So I don't think it's about people not, making it for theatrical. I just think it's about, just the economics of it. Sadly, that's what it is, and that's what everybody is driven by. But the good part is that everybody today has screen, and that's the wonderful thing that we should be lauding.
Absolutely.
हाँ, I want to say one thing, like basically मुझे लगता है कि हर स्टोरी की एक क्योंकि बिजनेस वर्ल्ड है, ठीक है, जितना तुम लगाते हो उतने उससे ज्यादा तुम्हें बनाने होते हैं, ये हमें नहीं भूलना चाहिए। जिस तरह की ड्राई डे स्टोरी है या जिस तरह की स्टोरी पंचायत है, उस पे जितना पैसा चाहिए उससे ज्यादा ही लगाया गया है। सो इट इज अ बिग बजट फिल्म इन इट्स ओन स्पेस। सो वैसा नहीं है। और एंड आई नो लोग कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, वो लोग बहुत वो चाहते हैं हमको बड़े स्क्रीन पर या बड़ी उनके हिसाब के बजट की फिल्मों में। बट हाँ, तो उनको मैं बताना चाहता हूँ कि इट इज बिग बजट फिल्म इन इट्स ओन। जिस तरह की कहानी है, जहाँ पे बेस है, और जितना लगना चाहिए था उससे बहुत ही कंफर्टेबल तरीके से बनाई हुई फिल्म है। ऐसा कभी नहीं फील किया हमने कि हाँ हम लोग लाइक गरीबी में फिल्म बना रहे हैं, ऐसा कभी फील नहीं हुआ। मतलब जितने भी मैंने काम किए, जितनी भी मेरी फिल्में हैं, वो सब बिग बजट है इन देयर ओन स्पेस। मतलब उन्होंने अच्छा बिजनेस भी किया है। सो इट्स पार्ट ऑफ दैट। सो एंड रही बात एक्सेंट की, आई थिंक एक्सेंट डिपेंड करता है कि हाउ कंफर्टेबल योर डायरेक्टर इज विद द एक्टर्स। तो आई थिंक वो सारा क्रेडिट सर को जाता है, क्योंकि जो सर ने जो स्क्रिप्ट लिखी है वो डायलॉग्स ही ऑलरेडी उस लैंग्वेज में है, हमें सिर्फ एग्जीक्यूट करना था। एंड विद प्रैक्टिस, विद लॉट्स ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन, यू कैन डू इट। बट सबसे पहली बात है कि वो चीजें स्क्रिप्ट पे करेक्ट तरीके से होनी चाहिए, और मतलब तुम्हारे आसपास इस तरह के लोग होने चाहिए जिसको उस लैंग्वेज का सेंस हो, जो आपको ये बता पाए। आई थिंक वो सर ने एंड अनिल सर ने, जो एसोसिएट डायरेक्टर है, वो उन्होंने बहुत कमाल का काम किया विद द एक्टर्स, कि वो जो भी नहीं चाहिए होता था ना, जो भी खटकता था कान में कि यार ये उस लैंग्वेज का नहीं, वो इमीडिएटली आके वो बता देते कि ये मत यूज करो, बाकी सब सही लग रहा है। सो आई थिंक उस तरीके से हमने एक्सेंट भी पकड़ा। और आई थिंक कंसिस्टेंसी बहुत मैटर करती है। जो स्क्रीन, जो मॉनिटर के पीछे देख रहा है, तो उसको एक भी वर्ड खटका और वो आके तुरंत बता दे कि भाई ये वर्ड यूज मत करो, इसकी बजाय कुछ और यूज कर लो, इसकी बजाय हिंदी बोल दो या इंग्लिश बोल दो, वो भी चल जाएगा, बट don't use this tone because this is some other language tone. So that helps. So I think whole credit goes to Saurabh sir and of course Anil sir also.
Before I wrap up and go to Shreya, जीतू आपको पता है ना जो आपकी फैन फॉलोइंग है, देखा है ना आपके फैंस कितने, देखते हो वैसे उनके कमेंट्स एंड जो आते हैं, प्लीज laughing that fact.
His uncomfortable laughter, this is.
बताओ
हाँ, आई थिंक ट्रेलर पे मैंने कमेंट्स पढ़े, बाकी जगह तो कमेंट्स पढ़ने को कम ही मिलता है। पहले तो सारी चीजें यूट्यूब पे होती थी, तो हम लोगों को तो आदत है सारे कमेंट्स पढ़ने। एंड हाँ, सो इट फील्स ग्रेट कि लोगों को काम पसंद आ रहा है।
And Shreya, lastly, since we are running out of time and we are wrapping up, what about you? Now, what is it that you want to do? यहाँ पर आपने Village Bell भी play कर लिया, like, I mean, do you want to do more of that, or there's something that you really now want to do in that?
Oh my God, there's so much more I want to do, but I think my focus now definitely is going to be, even if it means perhaps saying no to certain things, my focus more is going to be on growth in terms of projects that will focus on reimagining me differently, because that's very important. And I feel very blessed that it's not about how many releases you have in a year. Yes, last year I did coincidentally have 3 releases because they all came together. But for me, it's really about, like, eventually you leave a legacy with the quality of the work you do. You can do 100 films, but they may not make a mark. And I've come to realize that no matter how talented an actor may be, no matter how much appreciation you get, the mounting of a film, of a series, plays a big role in the perception of the audience. And it is that audience, when they see it and they see that mounting in a certain way, they tend to view you differently. And that is somewhere that also then connects to your equity and all of that. Now, these are things only we're doing enough work, you realize, because we're not strategic about our work. कहानी अच्छी लगी, हमें वो कहानी करनी है. But the good thing is, आज जैसे हम देख रहे हैं, and I'll give you an example of a film like, say, 12th Fail, or one of my series like Guilty Minds in the past, which slowly and steadily they got their audience, and it ended up being what it is, that the story will trump everything else now. So as long as they're good stories, I want to focus on that. And I just want to surprise myself also now and people. So I don't know what I'll do. Who knows?
Absolutely. And Saurabh said we don't need to wait another 11 years. And since we are at the end of the year, it is a dry January for mostly people resolutions. I suggest everyone watch Dry Day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Pooja.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.